first, we're gonna have to get some references. So let's start looking for meat. Monster Hunter. Well, it's a pretty good picture. Get that meat. We got. Oh man, that looks good. Or bad. It's a nice slice there. This is like your rations meat, I think. Not gonna make a whole meal. Oh, maybe we can make like a cabbage or something. That's not meat though. Uh, oh, this is like my favorite, one of my favorite ones. That's what I get most of the time when I just do basic rations. Oh yeah, we got this thing. This is like the cheese, the cheesy food. Like is it paneer or something? Or like naan bread or something? I wonder what the name is actually for that. She's just like loving this cabbage. Oh yeah, capture cursor, cool. Alright. So we got this fish dish. Try making that. A stick of butter. This one's got some minty leaves. Yeah, there's this mini game I haven't played yet, but this looks, oh man, that's a good picture right there of some meat. That's probably what I'm gonna go for, is this meat. That looks pretty good. That would look good on the grill. Let's see what else. Be cool if we had just like a Teshogama paw, like on the grill or something. What's that mean? I don't know how they even get this picture of the meat, really. Okay, that's something. Okay, it looks like, oh, there we go. There's one. Let's see, I still want to find out what that is. So much meat. I think our first thing's got to be this, and maybe I'll even make that pan, so we can add the pan on there. Well, I guess it's basically steak. Is it steak? I don't think it's steak. It's more like it looks more like a pork chop than steak. Are they all like pork? It's not even, I can't, unless we're just like eating, what's the pig? There's like a pig character, Pigu or something? I know you can, I played mostly like Monster Hunter Story, well, as how I got into Monster Hunter, and I think like you can get one of those pig things as like as a monster. Man, that someone actually made this. Okay. Running out of stuff to look at. Let's go like Monster Hunter Wilds. You can't even see my screen. I'm just like I'm talking to myself here. Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's do like the prime rib. Is that what it's called? Prime rib. Oh yeah, there we go. Add some prime rib in there. Mini game. Poogie. That's what it's called. A poogie. I think we're just cooking poogie. I find like for some reason the videos have the best footage of this like cooking. What is the cooking mini game called? So you don't make this cheese thing. It's like how cooking works. Oh yeah.
とシンプルな食材だけどその組み合わせとか見せ方でこうちょっと
Okay, here we go. So it's like this. Chops it up. I want to get that first chop. Okay, that looks good. Keep going, keep going. All right, nice. What part even is this?
っていうのでまあだんだんこう取り入れていこう。
So we already have this portable grill.
でっかい塊の肉
So we've got some like, it looks like we've got some like marbling or fat over the top. This could almost be like
いや
skin,
美味しそうだよね
really.
みたいなすごくシンプルな
Yeah, we're making meat today. It's meat for Monster Hunter Wilds. So in Monster Hunter Wilds, I mean, there's a lot of cooking. That's kind of like your buffs. So you eat some food and then you get like a health defense boost and stuff like that. And so we've already made the portable grill from the game to cook your Monster Hunter meat. And that's where I made this thing. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Yeah, there you go. So I've made, this is my portable grill right here. But anyone who does any 3D printing can grab that at gammonscg.com. 3D/3D printing right up here. If you want to get the place where you're going to cook the meat, portable grill is on my website there. And I'm going to put out the meat after when I'm done sculpting. So this what we're doing today is we're going to sculpt some meat for this thing. But yeah, so that will be fun. I have two different versions of this. We've got, so if you're doing resin printing, there's like a more detailed one that has kind of more like metal scratches and stuff if you're going to do rust. I just dry brushed this and it was pretty easy to do. Like I just do a black layer for my primer first, and then I do like a silver layer. You can even add some, actually I added some blue into it too because I felt like I wanted more of like a blue tint to it. So I did some like a dark blue and then I put a silver over top of that. And that gave it kind of like a more realistic look to the metal. I think a lot more realistic than what I have in my render here. Like you can see, kind of see, let me update my lighting here. You kind of see maybe some of the browns and stuff. You can't really see crap in there, but if you look at my video, I have a better close-up. Is that, and it's made for a tea light, so if you want to put put your tea light in your in the portable grill, you can. And if you want a real challenge, I keep saying, because I want someone to do it, is print it bigger so you can put like a humidifier in there or something, and then when you put the meat on top, it'll look like steam is like coming up, so you're actually cooking it. It would be pretty cool. I still have to do, there's like a little stool he has as well, maybe, or your character has. Maybe that'll be cool to put in. Yeah. Still looking for some references here. We need some references for the meat. And I think I've got a pretty good idea. Like, this is what we're making. There's a cooking mini game where I usually honestly just use you can cook from rations because I'm too lazy, so I do that. But you can do this cooking mini game when you're just like out in the open world part of the game, and you can just do what they're doing here. You can just do this cooking mini game, and then you have to cut it perfectly, and you get like, I don't know, an extra boost or something. Because I haven't really done it myself, but it looks like the cooler meat that I'd put on the grill. So I think that's what I want to do. Probably some of the best meat I've seen in the game though. Dry ice, yeah, dry ice would be good. Where do you even get dry ice? Amazon? I think that's where everyone gets everything now, is just Amazon. Yeah, I've heard that too. Dry ice. Yeah, that looks good. This cabbage, do you just cook an egg in the cabbage? That does not look, they just straight up cook the cabbage like that. Is that a thing? He's just eating cabbage. There's also one that's like a cheesy, like paneer thing or something. We're gonna try to do this though, so let's look at some references for meat, because I think we got an idea. I'm gonna do something like this. Get some skin texture on there. Let's hope we don't get anything gross. Meat. Let's just do like prime rib or meat cuts. Meat cuts. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, maybe this. This could be good. If anyone's curious here, I'm using PureRef. I use PureRef for everything. I'm not sponsored by them. It's actually, I think it's free. You can get it for free or you donate. PureRef is like a little tool so you can just have this window on top of everything, and if you're like brainstorming, it's great for just chucking pictures in here so you get like a mind map of what you're trying to make. You can see the marbling in here. Actually don't know how I want to approach that yet. What would be the closest to this? Lamb chops, maybe, or lamb? I'm thinking lamb ribs. Let's see, no, lamb leg, maybe. No, it's like ribs. So just look at ribs. Okay. I don't really care if it's grass-fed for this. It's probably grass-fed. These monsters will be monster-fed. They all seem carnivorous. Carnivorous. Maybe something like that. That's kind of what I got. Just my goal is to make people hungry by the end of this stream. So a lot of these details will probably be done when I dry brush to get the texture. Oh, that looks pretty good. Let's see. We can probably do a couple different approaches. So, okay, we've got this meat. We've got these like almost like pork chop like things. This has got like some cheese on it, and then we got. I don't think I'm gonna make. Maybe I can make that one. We'll see. And then this fish thing. So let's see where we can go with this. All right. My first approach is probably, oh, just got a spear to start and see if I can, there we go, better. Nope. Do not switch, make polymesh 3D. All right. Ribs on the beginning of Flintstones cartoons. Lamb chops. Okay, let's look at that. Flintstones. Ribs. I like this, yeah. This doesn't really give us a lot of texture though, but that's kind of the idea. They're the true monster hunters, Flintstones. Lamb chops. Let me see lamb chops. Yeah, these are like a bit small, but maybe it's basically what it is. Lamb chops. What are lamb chops? The ribs? I would do a piranha. I don't think there's any, like Uthdana is like the closest fish-like monster in this, other than like Mitsuzune, which is actually a dragon thing. So it'd have to be like those sardine things, unless there's a meal I'm missing. So let's Dynamesh this. Cool. Don't know if I have a meaty texture. Brown mat cap. All my mat caps are just, I don't have anything special here. So we'll just have to do the basic material. Oh, actually we have a leather. That's redshift though. Yeah, let's just stick with basic material for now. Make this a bit smaller. Whoa. Alright. So, I'm gonna try to make individual ones of these first. I've got him holding it up at some point here. Where's that? This guy. Let's try to make that. Whoa. I redid all my brush configuration when I changed my computer, so or when I upgraded it. Maybe a cube is better to start with. Yeah, so I don't have all of my saved settings, which kind of sucks. So now I don't know where any of my brushes are anymore. And oh, do not switch, make polymesh 3D. Cool. Dynamesh that. A little bit more resolution. Too much resolution. Something like 300. Yeah. So we can smooth it. We want like a big smooth cube. Yeah. Not sure. Maybe this isn't the best approach, but we'll see. Just because the meat is kind of more like a chop of something, right? Probably down res it first. Trying to just get an organic look and shape. Something like that. Oh, like a barracuda maybe in Costa Rica with sharp teeth. Probably like a barracuda. Or maybe not. Eel. I just found out the other day, eels are crazy. Eels have like a second jaw inside their mouth. So you would think already their sharp teeth are scary, but actually they what is going on? They actually can, after they bite down, another jaw comes out like alien style and then pulls the meat. So happy I'm not a fish. And we'll get different layers to this, so go with that. Okay. I think I'm kind of happy with that shape to start. I'm just playing with it now. Let's do our trim dynamic brush. Where is my trim dynamic brush? I don't have it selected. All right, yeah, I'm using trim dynamic to try to get some flatter portions here. I've been using a mouse, so now it is time for using my stylus. All right. Maybe this is stylized meat. Maybe we'll see. Just don't want any super sharp edges. Let's and then we gotta put a bone in here, so let's insert cylinder. It's my focal shift. Am I just doing that? Yeah. Yeah, that's something I learned is if your thing keeps moving like that weird, it's your focal shift usually has to be negative, otherwise it'll just be all over the place and start warping weird. Oh dang. I think this bone is looking too big, so I'm gonna make it smaller. What is this song? Maybe it looks a little better. Something like that. I noticed there's like much more of a U here, so I kind of want to get that. Grab this. I think it'll be more rounded. Dynamesh it. The bone looks a little bit more organic. Maybe it's like a little bit bent. Too much though. Just a slight organic sense. It should have more of a twist though this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we've kind of got it. That. More trim dynamic. Cool. Let's bring that up. That's about the right shape. It's kind of rounded here. about that. I feel like the bone is maybe should be thicker. And this part should kind of accept the Dynamesh again first. Get some buildup of tissue so it blends into the bone. This muscle has to have like those tendons. Those we don't really see it in here, but at least show some sort of transition. Like that. Okay. Oh, I still haven't added my trim dynamic brush. Okay, that's looking like a good start. Right, now that once we have this, there's like a edge around it. So maybe you can get that by see where we get by dynameshing or zero meshing. If you don't know, zero meshing is just like ZBrush's auto remeshing tool, and it's just gonna give it like a decent topology. I mean, not anything that you could rig or anything like that, or do UVs on, but or put textures on, but good enough for some things, depending. My like arm is showing through a little gap. There we go. Better. Okay. So now that we got this dynameshed, it's a bit easier to play around with before we dive into more detail. Probably should do the same with this. Doesn't need to be isotope. I mean, it's not crazy. Dynamesh anyways. I probably have a bad habit of dynameshing too much. You're supposed to stay kind of low poly and play around. I don't know. Just part of my workflow. Alright, now that we have this, let's mask this part. Oh, picking the wrong thing. Oh. And I want to pick the mask pen. Yeah. So let's pick everything except for, actually, just gonna paint whole inside portion. Oh. the other side, flip it, or actually I want to stay on that side, and we're going to go and extract it. Oh, wait. There we go. Extract that part. Not exactly what we want. Let's move some here. Let me move anything by the bone. What's in our reference? Oh, actually, no, it kind of keeps a little bit there, actually. This is going to be kind of like the outer skin layer. I'm also going to duplicate this because I might want to make a bigger one later on. Oh, I duplicated the bone. Oh, I need that anyway, so duplicate this. Show the bone. There you go. Alright, now that we have that, we can extract it. Cool. Is that thick enough? Yeah, let's keep that. Accept. We've got some skin now. Let's Dynamesh. Oh, it's because I got a mask. I want a pretty smooth transition into the skin, but or into the meat, I guess. Should probably drag it up a bit. Cool, looking a bit meatier, I guess. Okay. I guess it's not can probably take this and this side. I just like to solo to make sure I know what I'm looking at. Okay, got the middle, got there, and then we'll save this. Beautiful. Eight. Yeah, it's probably the pictures, not the blob of mesh that's making you hungry. So, all right, we got this. Let's So I'm noticing now if we look here, it's actually like the skin's only really on is only around the edges, not actually there. So maybe we should, or not on both sides, if we want to like cut through this, which is kind of weird because if you look at where's the picture where he's holding it, kind of looks like it wraps around, but really, if you want to get these slices like that, you only want it on the outsides. So, good example of what we'll do. We're gonna turn it. Never too late to fix it. There we go. And we'll lock the orientation. Oh, that's a little bit better. Still got an organic shape in the bone, so let's sculpt this. There we go. So now I'm gonna grab my clip curve. Let's use that. And we're gonna Oh no! Wait, did it crash? No, it didn't. Okay. And oh, the thing with clip curve is you have to get the right side. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's probably a bit closer to what we want. I'm liking that a lot better. Okay. And we still got kind of an organic shape, so it doesn't look like it's just symmetrical, which is what we want. But we probably want to curve this part down a bit. Move brush. Let's use the lasso pen tool. Maybe even more. And we're gonna rotate it. It's because they have too much resolution. . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . once we get the main shape, then it'll be a lot easier to. We're probably going to do it this way, then we can slice it maybe. It's taking its time. The thing with ZMesh, remesh, it just takes forever. But we need to have a lower mesh to be able to bend it better. Maybe I'll cancel this. Yeah, there we go, cancel it. See if there is a better way. Let's try our bend curve tool. Whoa, come on, bend curve. So we want to change the orientation. I think it's this one. Oh, that one, yeah. Maybe a little bit more control. Oh, something like that. Ah, ha. Yeah, a little better. Maybe it's too much. Gotta look back at the reference. So if we got this, you know what? Actually, I think our meat was actually good as is, which is fine. After looking at it, it looks good. Sometimes you just gotta stick with what you got, I guess. Cool. Alright, what should we do now? Should we split this into pieces like this guy? Or, you know what? Maybe let's try to do this. Try another crack at the skin again. I'm gonna save next just in case we need to go back. We gotta pick the paint pen. Mask pen. There we go. We just want to paint all the way around. Actually, if we were to, we could take this into Maya, retopologize it. Probably be a better way to do it. That way you can get the skin a lot better. Oh, what am I doing? It would be exactly on the outside. And we could try to retopo it with just remesh and see if we can get some loops. Try it. That going. Okay. That should work. I never know which side to extract. Actually, that's kind of not bad. Oh. Oh, it's because it's out of solo, maybe. You know what? I'm thinking it. Uh-oh. Crashed it. Or not. It's still going. No, it's still alive. I don't really like the way that it looks. So I think the best bet is probably to retopo. Let's do like 10 polygons. We gotta get rid of the mask. And then try zero mesh. Oh, fix mesh. And try this again. And hopefully, so the idea is we want to have loops all along here like that, so that we can just select around the loop and then extrude outward. We use Maya. We could bring it into Maya is one good way to do it. Maybe I'll try that. If this doesn't work, we might just turn to Maya. And then that way we'll be able to just extrude it directly outside the meat, and we can control the thickness so it doesn't look gross and all over the place. Be exactly the right size. Then we'll need to handle the marbling. So you could do marbling based on, just how you paint it, but if we want to section it, maybe we can make little cylinders out of the meat and put it inside. Cool. All right, how does that look? Oh, that's a lot better. You know what? It actually did give us loops. So that means we can, again, save. I just saved a lot. And then we're going to use the Z modeler brush. Let me get this guy out of the way. This is taking up my space. Z modeler brush. All right. And we're going to select on some loops. Let's see where our polygroup tools are. Group masked. Groups by normals. Group front. Oh, that's a front back grouping. Oh, we could flip it like this. 90 and then group front. Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay. Nope, nothing is giving us an easy way. Auto groups. Let's try auto groups. Nope. All right. I guess we have to do Z modeler. So use Z modeler. We're going to take a loop, multiple edge loops, or actually, because we have this rectangular, we're gonna go like that. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. And then we want to masked, group masked. Right, so now we got our skin group. And I think there's like a way to select the group, but can you just mask and select a group? We want to polygroup. Actually, I think you can just select these. I am much faster doing this in Maya. So we're going to export this into Maya first. Sure, there. And open Maya. All right, now that we've got this, it's going to be a lot easier. Oh, or not. What is... Oh, maybe it's because it's polygrouped? So weird. Actually, I haven't seen where it just does this before. Mesh combine? We can remesh it with Maya's remesh option. Mesh retopologize. Oh, what the? It's like a weird little box here. I must have accidentally extruded this. Nothing else extruded. Okay. Mesh, remesh, mesh, retopologize. It died. ZBrush issues. Oh, that's why I did that. Weird. Let me try exporting this again. This is some online, this is some live debugging. Import. Oh. Oh, there we go. Meet. Okay, yeah, see, weird. I don't know what that was. I guess if you polygroup it, it goes into separate chunks. So, interesting there. So now we want to get all the edges. Whew. So much easier. Oh, I've got Object X on accidentally. Make sure to turn off your symmetry when you don't need it. Cool. Yeah, that looks way better than what we were doing. I mean, you just got to use the skills that you know, right? Oh no, we got a loop. Okay, so, and this is why you don't always want to use ZBrush for your topology stuff, because it will just, sometimes it can do these spirals that are not good. All right, I mean, it gives us something. Okay, we're just gonna have to take, I can probably manually select some of these. Whoa. Oh, it's not. Cool. That looks good. Basically, just anything that's on the outside lip here we want to have. And I would bring it in back in Maya later when I want to make sure it has nice topology. Maya is more my bread and butter than ZBrush, but ZBrush just can't beat it for the details. I still have to use Blender, actually. It's on my to-do list, I swear, for the Blender people. Ugh. It sucks that it did that. Oh no. I have to manually unselect all these. Select. All this selection. Oh man, more of this. I must have selected a loop accidentally. Okay. This is too far, this loop. This is too far, this loop. But otherwise looking pretty good. Okay. Cool. Now we can extrude these faces. Yeah. Then we got some skin on here, depending how thick we want it. Looks good. But we probably want to make sure that we add an edge loop in here because we want some sort of separation in between. And we also have to think about this is like, you know, we're 3D printing this, so you want to make sure that you're getting enough space that on both sides, or that, like, if you were to dry brush this, it's actually going to show up when you 3D print it. Right, so this can be pretty small, unless you make the big one. There, that's a lot better. Okay, we got our meat now. Great. And since I'm in Maya, I don't know, maybe it's a good time to like. Actually, no, I'm gonna make the actual meat slab somewhere else. But let's export this from Maya, and we're gonna put it. I have like a meat folder, and we're gonna put it here. Exported meat. And let's import that. We already saved it, so it should be fine. Exported meat, open. Cool. Yeah, doesn't that look more like the meat shape? So we've got our skin. So that's looking good. We want to bring our references back over. Right over here. I will be right back. BRB. Oh, I'm back. Couldn't hold it. You? Yeah, that's pretty much what it is at this point. Female bacon. Actually, female bacon's better.
How does it look? Good.
Let's see. See if we can connect my other stream. So it's
Tell me you're stupid. so
Oh, there we go. All right, back to the stylus. Okay, we need to get more detail on this now. Let's up the Dynamesh. Yeah, did we Dynamesh? Yeah, we did. Okay. We want to get that trim dynamic brush in there and get rid of these blocky parts because that does not exist in meat. It's a good start anyways. All right, cool, we got that. We need to fix this up a little bit. It looks pretty gross. This corner. Smooth it out a bit. Oh, that's my meditation timer, I think. All right. So now we want to section this off. So let's look at like the marbling on this. See this idea. Like want to see pen mask? Yes, pen mask. We got a big chunk there. Yes, so it's a big chunk. Maybe another chunk here. bottom like that. There's something like that. Go. Some meat. And then we'll use the move brush. Get some marbling in there. Whoa, interesting. That's not the alpha I wanted. Let's just make this a soft alpha. There we go. Get some of that. Actually, we want a softer. Oops. And then for these, maybe we'll add, let's find an alpha that has like a skin texture to it. There we got meat texture going there. We got those. And generally, yeah, it looks like this part is pretty soft, but something like that. Okay, now we gotta mask this side. Same kind of idea. You know, maybe do something a little bit different. I think I'm gonna make the brush smaller so I can make more precise size. And now we know, you got to keep a little bit more room for the fat marbling. All right. Cool. And then again, we're gonna move this out. So you move it out, get that raise in it. My masking options. Masking. You can shrink the mask. Sharpen the mask. Oh, I'm too sharp in the mask. Yep. Oh. My clay buildup. Let's make this a round brush. Whoa. There we go. Starting to get a meaty look to it. And then again, for this one, we're going to use our standard brush with this alpha. Keep pressing the wrong button on my stylus. Whoa, okay. Much bigger, it needs to be much bigger. Huh. These alphas don't really work. Not really what we want. It's weird, like the other side looked better. Kind of looks like meat. There you go. Two different types of sides with the marbling. And, maybe it needs to be a little bit more blending between the sides, but not too much. Because it doesn't really stick out like that. It's kind of, blended in between by tendons or fat. Surrounded by fat. Looks pretty good to me. That side looks good to me. This is smooth. All right. So all right. So we have to add, let's import some other other alphas. Skin. Ooh. Okay, let's open these. That one's pretty cool. Let's see that. Actually, first, we probably want to just use a regular alpha here, something like that. And look at our references. There's that one. So let's try to shoot for this. Maybe we'll keep the bones in all of them though. You don't need solo anymore. Can delete this one. Maybe delete that one. Let's see. Let's delete that one as well. Now we should just have a bone. And the bone. Whoa, what am I doing? Whoa, cool. All right, bone is here. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Something like that. So 1. Should be able to shift and drag, I think, something like that. It's like there is a way to duplicate. Oh wait. Ah, control hold will duplicate it. There we go. Yeah. Right. And we want 6. So 2. There. 6 of them. And make them all a little different. Not sure why it's doing it that way, but oh, it's because this is all the same. All right, got it. I think I'm gonna split all these into different parts, just so they're easier to manage. Split to similar parts. Oh, split to parts. There we go. Okay. I don't know whether they're not all visible, but cool. Dang. There we go. Now we can. Cool. That looks good. There. Same sort of deal. Just gotta place all these. these. That looks cool. Maybe have these ones go up a little bit so we get kind of like a curvature to it. Something a little unnatural. I do like the idea of here because like these ones seem all exactly the same, but here is pretty cool because you know, I have little cracks and breaks out of them. Too many ribs. You think too many? Why too many? Uh, Clip curve brush. Ah, there we go. Clip. No, break some pieces off. Whoa. That. Dimension outside should be double between ribs. Double. Nonce. Did you watch Adolescence? Download Dave? Maybe a little better. Do I wash my hair? Yeah, I do. Wrong alpha. I feel like I need to remove more of this one. Slowly coming along. Download Dave, do you play Monster Hunter, or have you played Monster Hunter? Okay. Let's check out some of these animal skin alphas. Whoa. It's a crazy one. I mean this would actually make sense because it's usually reptiles that we're fighting, monsters, but no, meat seems to be more like this, something like that. I don't like it. Let's do... Did I already do that one? I tried that one. It seems like really soft. So I need... Oh, that's better. Let's try to do that, but we will bring down the intensity. Ah, there we go. Smooth it out, make it a little rough. Nice and smooth. Oh, that's too much. Or something like that. And you know, I'm gonna grab my ore brush because oh no, it's not there. Yeah, there we go. Ore brush. Where are we at? It's just gonna give us more of that kind of stylized rough texture with the ore brush. Yeah, like this. Maybe see how this works. Oh yeah, that's looking more meaty. Oh, I changed the intensity, that's why.
Boxes are defeated. Purpose always fleeting. I pose questions to the ceiling like an answer gonna come. Truth is too revealing. Life is easier concealing. All emotions to the start on your heart going numb. I should be in drive more. I just wanna feel alive more. I feel hurt all the time, but I can't see straight. I've been running on the freeway till I get blinded by the headlights. They go past me. I see the last me I ever will be. And that got me asking, living this lightly, is that been the right thing? Or should I been a little bit more focused on the place that my feet needed to go? And as they go past me, I see the last me that I ever will be. And that got me asking, if living this lightly, has that been the right thing? Or should I been more focused on where feet wanted to go? If I die right now, no lie, I'd have a few regrets. Wish I spent more time out biking instead of smoking cigarettes. Wish I worked more on music instead of alternating steps. Probably should have talked more to people I thought were interesting as heck. Probably should have gotten closer to my moms after pops drowned out death. I wish the best, I wish that and all the rest. Sometimes I wonder if I felt more at home in my own skin instead of always feeling fake. With my genuine moments stop feeling off and out of place. All my smile seems strange. I walk like I'm trying on a wig, or a mask, or a laugh, or a face, or a faith in my place in this path. But so I'm trying to change that and live inside the moment, not the past. See the present unwrapped, cause the moment's all we have, till it's gone. I'm just waiting, hoping the next one gonna last a little longer than the one before it. Cause there's only so many I can grab, so they all start slipping out of hand. If they go past me, I see the last me I ever will be. And that got me asking, if living this lightly, has that been the right thing? Or should I been a little bit more focused on the place that my feet needed to go? And as they go past me, I see the last me that I ever will be. And that got me asking, if living this lightly, has that been the right thing?
There we go. Getting some meaty look, I think. I think now I can probably go back to the other brush. Maybe even clay buildup would look, you know, Now I think I'll finish off with the trim dynamic brush on this one. There we go. I think that is pretty good. I mean, what we could do is we could like even split it so it looks kind of like they split it here. Like if we wanted to, I think what you do is so let's say this again. I like the way it looks. I mean, if we wanted to export this for 3D printing, two ways we can do this is we can rather use Decimation Master or ZRemesh. But ZRemesh is probably not going to get these details for us, and so we'd have to reproject them back in. So usually what I just do is like Decimation Master and the Z plugin here. So you can just use Decimation Master and decimate this. But first, I want to, I'm going to combine all this stuff. So let's we're going to get a version of this like that. All right. We've got 7 million polys here. It's pretty dense. But cool, I'm liking it. And we will use the plugin Decimation Master. First I want to I'm gonna duplicate one of these. So I should have two now. And then this bone maybe. Oh yeah, let's use that one. We're gonna duplicate this guy. So we have just one extra bone in that because I'm gonna do something else with that one. This one we're gonna just keep merging them down. Merge on down. Cool. All right. Z remesh or Z plugin decimation pre-process current is going to pre-process the decimation for us to make sure this is a lower poly possible. And once it's done pre-processing, we can decimate it. That's going to make us a nice decimated file. It's like race music. Is it 5? It's been 2 hours. This is like maybe how this isn't how long you would actually maybe it would take like 2 hours to cook meat this big. I don't know. I don't know if he can cook it in 2 seconds that he does on the little portable grill. Especially if it's, I mean, yeah, for me 2 hours we want to like slow cook this. Oh, we're done. Alright. Okay, this is okay, yeah, we can decimate now. Now we've done that. Percent decimation. Let's do 20%. I mean, you can I've done pretty high poly stuff, 3D printed it, and like if you can already get it high poly, unless you're like rigging stuff or doing textures on it, you don't really have to worry about the topology too much, which is a good thing. But if we were to topologize, do a little bit more tricky stuff going. But decimate current, that's what we want to do. To decimate this guy. All right, decimated. Whew. Yeah, it's decimated. All right, so decimated. Looks pretty good. It's got our textures on it. We'll see how good our resin printer. I'm using the Bamboo Lab. No, I'm not using Bamboo Lab. I'm using Elegoo, the Elegoo Saturn IV Ultra to 3D print this for my thing. That's what I did for the guy. For this guy. My it's like a portable grill. So should work well for this. Let's export that, the decimated version. Decimated. Cool. I mean, that's all that I think that it needed to be. I mean, if we want to add more details, Probably in some like the burnt places we had a little bit of a different texture, but can probably just paint that. That's what I'm gonna do anyways. Okay, so now that I got that guy, I'm actually gonna delete him so he just gets out of my way. And I've got these. I don't need to solo that. So I got these. And just in case, maybe I want slices of this. Maybe shift it over a little bit. Let's slice this. So, which side is it? Is it? Oh, it sliced everything except for what I wanted. Yeah, cool. So now what I want to do, I want to merge this down. Merge down. Cool. Bring this to the beginning. Let's bring this to home because we're gonna mirror it. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, it's because it's top view. We've got to rotate it. Let's get the front view. We want to rotate it until it's like perfectly in the middle. Actually, probably a good idea to split it first. Split to parts. That way the bone is separate and not in our way right now. And take this guy and mirror and weld. Oh, what's it doing? That's not what we want. Mirror again, mirror and weld. That's what we want. Ha! We now have a cut of meat that makes sense on both sides. Okay. And you know what? I think I actually want it like, yeah, that looks better. Now mirror and weld. Yeah, that makes more sense. We've got a slice now with the meat. I might want to take this though and just kind of use my move brush. Just to like get it to line up with this bone a bit more. Cool. And it wouldn't hurt to get like some Dame standard. I'm using my mouse now again. Let me deal with the seam a little bit in here. Definitely don't want that there. Probably need to go back over that actually. We want this to really look right. Because we don't want a divot in the middle. Ah, jeez. I keep pressing the wrong button. And then I'm going to add in that texture again here. That looks really repetitive, so mix up some other stuff in here too. Noise. There. I think we got a pretty good looking setup right there. We could decimate this too. And I want to merge those down. Smells good. I was making some good smelling food. Not here though. I'm not getting it. Yeah, nice. All right. Decimate again. Maybe. I'm just gonna export this one. Let's see if we can poly paint this. We're gonna use turn on Z sub, turn on Z add, so nothing can happen now. We're gonna turn on RGB. I think I gotta turn on the paint mode. Yeah, paint mode's on. And color. It's just, yeah, okay. Let's go color. Move this guy out of the way. Color. Can I eyedrop? Can I use the eyedropper? Maybe not. Let's get like a surface dark brown to start with. Alright. Honestly, I'd probably just color fill object. It's gonna be a lot easier. And then let's get some oranges in here. Add a little bit of red. Maybe not. Add a little bit of pinkish. Try to get that meaty color. I don't actually paint a lot of fleshy meat stuff, so kind of just going based off of reference and what I know about skin and mesh. We know it's supposed to be cooked meat, so it should be mostly like browns, not too much reds, but we're gonna add a dark red just. We'll go with the dark brown over top of all that. Or not, maybe. Their meat is looking really red, so maybe add a pink in here. I don't know. And then my material is probably not the best for me. Probably like a leather or something. Oh, no, that did not work. I mean, the material looks a lot better. Hmm. It's weird how some of it works and some of it doesn't. Whoa. Not sure what this is up here. Oh, there's no like fleshy shader. Oh, maybe. That looks really moist. Yeah, I'm just basically playing with shaders now. Oh, sketch. That's kind of interesting shader. Kind of want to eat that if it looks cooked. Reflected plastic. Ooh. Jelly bean. I haven't actually played with these before. Yeah, I think still best one just seems like it's gotta be oh, wait, there's my textures. Gotta be the basic material. But that's close as I can get there. Yeah, so we got some meat. Hope it looks a little bit better when dry brushed. I mean, this was just like a quick little to see what it looks like painted, but there is that. Thanks for coming to the stream. Yeah, I'll probably do a lot more of these, be a little bit faster. I'm pretty new to this streaming stuff, so thanks for those of you who came in. And yeah, stick around. Let me know if maybe there's some other cool Monster Hunter stuff you'd like me to make, or maybe I can add to our set with food and stuff. Like maybe I can make the pots and the actual, other meat stuff that we have here. Yeah, there's like the stool. There's these kind of things. Maybe I can make some eggs, pans, pots if you want to put them on there. And if you actually use it yourself, that'd be cool. If you use the portable, what is it? Portable stove, portable cooker. Yeah, let me know. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you in the